Chalo. Advaita Angri Abja Bhringam Stan Sarasara Brito Akhila Sara Asara. Hitva Saran Sarabhito Nomi Chaitanya Shivana. The followers of Sri Advaita Prabhu are of two kinds. Some are real followers, others are false. Rejecting the false follower, I offer my obeisances to Sri Advaita Acharya's real followers, whose life and soul was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My voice is fine, clear? You can put in the chat. Yes, thank you, thank you. All glories to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Prabhu, all of them are glorious. I offer my obeisances, respect obeisance to all glorious Advaita Prabhu, who's formed the second branch of the eternal Chaitanya tree, and to his followers who form his sub-branches. Advaita Prabhu was the second big branch of the tree. There are many sub-branches, it's impossible to mention them all. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also the gardener, and as he poured water of mercy on the tree, all the branches, sub-branches grew day by day. The fruits of love of Godhead that grew on these branches of Chaitanya tree were so large that they flooded the entire world with the love of Krishna. So we should know what is love of Krishna. As the trunk and the branches of water, the branches and sub-branches spread lavishly, and the tree grew full with fruits and flowers. At first, all the followers of Advaita Acharya shared a single opinion, but later they followed two different opinions ordained by the Providence. Some of the followers later deviated, and they became what is known as Asara. Asara means waste. That will be explained. So he had 6 sons basically. 3 sons remained properly oriented, 3 sons deviated, and they became Mayavadis. And then they are neglected. Some of the disciples strictly accepted the orders of the Acharya, and others deviated independently, concocting their own opinion under the spell of Devi Maya. The order of the spiritual master is the active principle in spiritual life. Anyone who disobeys the order of spiritual master immediately becomes useless. There is no need to name those who are useless. I have mentioned them only to distinguish them from the useful devotees. Paddy is mixed with straw at first, and one must fan it to separate the paddy from the straw. At the big branch of Advaita Acharya was Achyutananda, his son. And from the beginning of his life, he engaged in the service of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya. When Achyutananda heard from his father, the Kesha Bharati was the spiritual master Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was very unhappy. He was actually a very small boy at that time. So when he heard that his father, that Kesha Bharati is his guru, so what? He's the guru of everybody. Who can be his guru? I don't like to hear this. So Advaita Acharya is very happy to hear. Small boy having so much faith. He told his father, instruction that Kesha Bharati, the spiritual Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, will spoil the entire country. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the spiritual master of the 14 words. But you say that someone else is a spiritual master. This is not supported by any revealed scripture. When Advaita Acharya heard the statement from his 5-year-old son Achyutananda, he felt great satisfaction because of his conclusive judgment. Why do you say he is a guru? He is a guru. For namesake, he keeps guru. Just like Sandipani Mani was the guru of Krishna. For namesake, he is not the guru. Krishna is always the Adi Guru. Kashi Mishra was the son of Krishna Mishra, was the son of Advaita Acharya. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always sat in his heart. Gopala, another son of Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Now you just hear about the characteristic, for they're all very wonderful. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally cleans the Gundicha Mandir in Jagannath Puri, Gopal danced in front of the Lord with great love and happiness. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence, devotees used to dance with so much ecstasy and happiness. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to, the Gundicha is the temple, I think some of you know. When Jagannath Puri, the deities Jagannatha, Baldev, Subhadra go to Gundicha for stay for some time, and then they come back. Actually, Gundicha represents Vrindavan, and Jagannatha is like in Dwarka, in full opulence. So the pulling of the Ratha is like appeal by the devotees in Vrindavan, headed by gopis. Krishna, please come back. And when they pull the Ratha, It's like bringing Krishna to Vrindavan. Therefore, we don't pull the Ulta Ratha. Ulta Ratha is taking Krishna away from Vrindavan. We pull the first one, bringing Krishna from Dwarka to Vrindavan. Anyway, that's the mood. And so the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to, before because his Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to taste the separation of devotees from Krishna, particularly the gopis headed by Radharani. This connects to him, this Rath Yatra, because he's bringing the Lord. Devotees are feeling intense separation. Krishna, why don't you come to Vrindavan? Actually, Krishna is so much conquered by the love of devotees of Vrindavan. He cannot take one step out of Vrindavan. He doesn't take. Pada evana gacchati. He doesn't take a single step. But externally looking in this world, he went out of Vrindavan to Mathura. That is for external. Actually, Krishna always stayed in Vrindavan. But Lord Chaitanya personally cleaned the Gundicha. So when Krishna, Jagannath Puri, the Jagannathji come to Gundicha temple, the Gundicha temple has to be cleaned. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to personally go with the estates and do the seva, cleaning the temple because Lord is coming. And at that time, Gopal, the son of Advaita Acharya, danced in ecstasy. And then something happened when he was dancing. What? While Lord Chaitanya Advaita chanted the Hare Krishna mantra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Advaita Prabhu chanted and danced. There were various ecstatic symptoms in their bodies. Kabe, Kabe, Kabe means when this day will come. And their minds were very pleased. And all of them danced. Gopala dancing and dancing, fainted and fell to the ground unconscious. Now Advaita Prabhu became very unhappy. His father, taking his son in his lap, he began to chant Narsimha mantra for his protection. So whenever you have difficulty, whenever you're starting a journey, always chant the Narsimha mantra. Okay, if you know, we chant the Narsimha Kirtan, same thing, you can chant that. So Advaita Prabhu chanted various mantras, but Gopala did not come to consciousness. All the Vaishnavas present cried in sorrow at his plight. They felt maybe he's died or what has happened to him. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and put his hand on his heart, just touched, chant. Now, my dear Gopala, get up and chant the holy name of the Lord. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did that many times. When he heard the sound and felt the touch of the Lord, Gopala immediately got up and all the Vaishnavas chanted Hare Krishna mantra and jubilation. Other sons of Advaita were Balarama, Swarupa and Jagadish. And these are the ones which actually deviated from the Sampradaya. They became Mayavadis and therefore they are rejected. Advaita was very confidential servant named Kamalakanda Vishwasa, who knew all the dealings of Advaita Acharya. Now, Kamalakanda Vishwasa knew Advaita Acharya's Supreme Personality Godhead. At the same time, what happened? Advaita Acharya had some debt to clear. So those days, 300 rupees. And today's we can apply really huge amount. You know, the whole house. My mother was telling me a few days ago that she used to run the house with 999 rupees per month. That was all father used to bring. And imagine today, you cannot run a day with that. Now, this is maybe 30, 40 years ago. Now, just imagine this is 500 years ago. It's a huge amount, 300 rupees. So, Kamalakanta knew, even then he informed the king, Advaita Acharya's Supreme Personality Godhead, because he is a combination of his Mahavishnu and Sadashiva together. At the same time, he said, some problem is there financial, can you help him? He requested the king, he sent a note. And Chaitanya Prabhu came to know of the note and he was very furious because this is contradictory. On one side you say that he is Supreme Lord, other side you say he's poor, like this word coined by some fools, Daridra Narayana. You know, these politicians also happily use it. How can the Narayana be Daridra idiot? Narayana is Lakshmipati. So this was contradictory statement and Chaitanya was very hurt. He's bringing Advaita Acharya to this platform. No one knew that one note, so he sent a note through somebody, Pratap Rudra. But somehow other raised the hand, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know that such a note has been sent. But it is also mentioned Advaita Acharya recently incurred a debt about 300 rupees that Kamalakanda Vishwasa wanted to liquidate. So the two parts of the thing. Okay? So the note established Advaita Acharya the incarnation of Supreme Personality God at one side. Other side said some loan is there. Can you clear? King is very rich. He can do that. But his intention was not to hurt Advaitacharya. He wanted to help him. But this is contradictory. He has established Advaitacharya as the incarnation. Lord Chaitanya became unhappy. On all this, face still shone bright as a moon. He smilingly spoke as follows. He has established Advaitacharya, Supreme Personality Godhead. There is nothing wrong with this, for he is indeed the Lord himself. But he has made an incarnation of God poverty-stricken. This is exactly the nonsense philosophy of Daridra which is being spoken. I saw so many big politicians speaking the nonsense just yesterday. Because Chaitanya was saying, I'll punish him for this correction, for his correction. Lord ordered Govinda from do not allow that Boliya Kamalakant Vishwasha to come here. There are Oliya, Boliya, there are actually 20 Apasampradayas, which Bhaktivinoda Thakur detected, who say they are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but no. So anyway, so this fellow, don't allow him to come. See, one of the 13 Chaitanya unauthorized followers, okay. When Kamalakanta Vishwasa heard this punishment by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was very unhappy. But when Advaita Prabhu heard about it, he was greatly pleased. He could understand Lord's intention. Seeing Kamalakanta unhappy, Advaita Acharya Prabhu told him, you are greatly fortunate to be punished by the Supreme Lord, the personality God of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna punishes something, that is also with love. Krishna doesn't have negative feeling in his heart. That's also love. Formerly, Lord Chaitanya always respected me as a senior, but I did not like such respect. Therefore, mine became unhappy and I made a plan. What happened was Advaita Acharya was not here when he was and is near Mayapur. What he did one day was that he started speaking Maya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to actually give him great respect. And he knew, no, his worship, he wants to worship Lord Chaitanya. He didn't like that. So what he used to do, and that actually both are Vishnu Tattva, but still always Krishna is the worship people. Even by Vishnu Tattva, Krishna is in the center. The other Acharya didn't like that. So what he did was that he devised a plan. What plan he did? He started speaking Mayavada from some Mayavada book, Yoga Vashishta. This is a book used by Mayavadis. Some of you, those who are coming from Mayavadi background or Mayavadi organization, know this book. They say, well, Mayavadi means they say God also comes under Maya. It's very offensive philosophy. So he started speaking that. And Lord Chaitanya came to know he's speaking Mayavada. Actually, Advaita Acharya was preaching Vaishnava even before the advent of Lord Chaitanya. He's much elder. That's why you see him with the beard all. He's much elder than Lord Chaitanya. And what happens that and he was intensely preaching. And when he saw that he is not able to cover the world with Krishna consciousness, he prayed. And that's how Lord Chaitanya descended. He said, my Lord, please personally you come down. I'm not able to, convince these fools. So he's a Vaishnava actually. He's teaching Vaishnava teaching and he's Lord himself. So, but still, he made a plan. The plan was he started speaking Mayavada philosophy. And Lord Chaitanya came to know about it. He became very upset and angry. He came and beat him in his house in front of everyone. You speaking Mayavada philosophy, So he said, I did that. Then I expounded the Yoga Vashishta as considered liberation, ultimate goal of life. Many people say, I just want moksha. That's it. Nothing to do service to Krishna. But the Lord became angry at me and treated me with apparent disrespect. Beating me, disrespect. And chastised the Lord Chaitanya, I was very happy to receive the punishment similar to that awarded by Sri awarded Sri Mukunda. Okay, now let us continue. This is similar to Mukunda. Mukunda also used to sometimes he once went to Mayavada people. He used to hear here and there. Chaitanya was very upset. We should be very clear where we are hearing, what we are hearing. So he used to even sit by Mayavadi. Chaitanya became so angry with him. He says that Mayavada Bhasha, who is Sarvanasha. So don't tell him not to come in my presence. So Mukunda was very sad. So then Mukunda sent a word. Then when can I see you? He said, after 1,000,000 births. So Mukunda said, 1,000,000 births is not much. I'm so happy, I'm blessed. So Chaitanya is so sweet. He called him back. A similar punishment awarded to Srimati Sachi Devi. Sachi Devi, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left home, that happened with mothers out of their affection, attachment. She became angry at Advaita. He said, you are the ones who spoiled my son and you left home now. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made her touch the feet of Advaitacharya and take the pardon. Okay. So she felt that he's encouraging her son to become sannyasi. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't do offenses. He's a great personality. So she touched his feet and cleared her offense. Okay. After pacifying Kamalakanta Vishwas in this way, Advaita Acharya Prabhu went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Advaita Acharya told Lord Chaitanya, I cannot understand your transcendental pastime. You have shown more favor to Kamalakanta than I generally show to me. You showed to Kamalakanta so great that even to me, never shown such a favor. What offense have I committed to Lotus Feet? I'm not showing such a favor. Okay, so chastisement is actually also a mercy. Generally, an advanced spiritualist will not scold anybody. When he scolds, it's a mercy. Okay, but we should not think we have become advanced so we can scold anybody. When we scold, it's out of ahankara. But great devotees scold out of compassion. So that is considered also good. When Krishna kills somebody, even that is considered a mercy. And the person gets liberated. Hearing this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu laughed with such satisfaction, immediately called Kamalakanta Vishwasa. Advaitacharya then said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why have you called this man and allowed him to see you? He cheated me in two ways. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, his mind was satisfied. Only they could understand each other's mind. Just imagine, Vishnudutta talking to each other. Such heavy things are happening. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed, Kamalakanta, you are a Bauliya. One who does not know things as they are. Why do you act in this way? Why do you invade the privacy of Advaitacharya and damage his religious principles? Advaitacharya is my spiritual master. Advaitacharya, my spiritual master, should never accept charity from rich man or king, because the spiritual master accepts money or graves or materials, his mind becomes polluted. So we should not, for any personal gain, take charity from anybody. You become obligated to the person and your consciousness is polluted. When mind is polluted, it's difficult to remember Krishna. And when remembrance of Krishna is hampered, one's life is unproductive. So life is destroyed if you cannot remember Krishna. Thus one becomes unpopular in the eyes of the people in general for their damages in religiosity and fame. A Vaishnava, especially one who acts as spiritual master, must not act in such a way. One should always be conscious of this fact. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this instruction to Kamalakanta, all present considered to be meant for everyone. So Advaitacharya was very greatly pleased. Only Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand the intention of Advaitacharya. Advaitacharya appreciated the instruction, grave instruction given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this statement, there are many confidential considerations because we can keep discussing this point. I do not write them all, but I'm just telling the main point, fearing an unnecessarily increase in the volume of the book. In the fifth branch of Advaita Acharya was Sri Yadunandan Acharya, who had so many branches, sub-branches, that it is impossible to write them. Sri Yadunandan Acharya was a student of Vasudeva Datta, and he received all his mercy. Therefore, he would accept Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet from all angles of vision as a supreme shelter. Bhagwan Acharya, Vishnudas Acharya, Chakrapani Acharya, Anant Acharya were 6, 7, 8, 9 branches of Advaita Acharya. Nandini, Kamadeva, Chaitanya Dasa, Dullava Vishwasa, and Vanamali Dasa were the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14 branches of Advaita Acharya. Jagannatha Kara, Bhavanatha Kara, Hridayananda Sena, and Bholanatha Dasa were 15, 16, 17, and 18 branches of Advaita Acharya. Yadava Dasa, Vijaya Dasa, Janardana Dasa, Ananta Dasa, Kanu Pandita, Narayana Dasa were the 19th, 20th, and 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24 branches of Advaita Acharya. Shivasa Pandita, Haridasa Brahmachari, Purushottama Brahmachari, Krishnadas were the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th branches of Advaita Acharya. Purushottam Pandita, Raghunatha, Vanamali, Kavichandra, and Vedyanatha were the 29th, 30th, 31st, and 32nd branches of Advaita Acharya. Lokanath Pandita, Murari Pandita, Sri Hari Charana, and Madhav Pandita were 33rd, 34th, 35th, 36th branches of Advaita Acharya. Vijay Pandita, Shri Ram Pandita were two important branches of Advaita Acharya. They are innumerable branches, but I am unable to mention them, mentioning prominent disciples of Advaita Acharya. The Advaita Acharya branch received the water supplied by the original granddaughter Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this way, the sub-branches are nourished and the fruits and flower grew luxuriantly. After the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, some of the branches, for unfortunately, deviated from this path. Okay, it happened later after. Some branches did not accept the original trunk that visualized and maintained the entirety. Basically, they focused Advaita Acharya only and they forgot his seva, his relationship to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, they became asara. Thus became ungrateful. The original trunk was angry at them. Thus, Lord Chaitanya did not sprinkle upon them the water of his mercy. They gradually withered and dried. A person without Krishna consciousness is no better than dry wood or dead body. He is understood to be dead while living, and after death he is punishable by Yamaraj. Not only the misguided descendant of Advaita Acharya, but anyone who is against the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should be considered an atheist subject to be punished by Yamaraj. But one learned scholar, great ascetic, a successful householder, a famous sannyasi, one is against the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and destined to suffer the punishment meted out by Yamaraj. The descendants of Advaita Acharya accepted the path of Achyutananda, Sri Achyutananda were all great devotees. By the mercy of Advaita Acharya, devotees strictly follow the path of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, attained the shelter of Lord Chaitanya without difficulty. It should be concluded, therefore, the path of Achyutananda is the essence of spiritual life. Those who did not follow this path simply scattered. I therefore offer respectful obeisance millions of times to Achyutananda's actual followers of life and soul, who are Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus, I briefly describe the three branches, Achyutananda, Kashi Mishra, Gopala, of Advaita Acharya descendants. There are multifarious branches and sub-branches of Advaita Acharya. It is very difficult to enumerate them fully, as simply given a glimpse of the whole truncated branches, sub-branches. After describing the branches, sub-branches of Advaita Acharya, I shall now attempt to describe some of the descendants of Sri Gadadhara Pandita, the most important among the branches. The chief branches of Gadadhara Pandita were Sri Turuvananda, Sridhara Brahmachari, Haridas Brahmachari, Raghunath Bhagavata Acharya. The fifth branch was Ananta Acharya, sixth Kavi Datta, seventh Narayana Mishra, eighth Ganga Mantri, and ninth Manu Thakura, and tenth Kantha Bharana. So basically what we are doing before entering Chaitanya Leela, we are taking blessings of all the great devotees who personally had a chance to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, that's what we are doing now. And by the blessings, from tomorrow we enter Lord Chaitanya's Leela. The 11th branch of Gadadhara Goswami was Bhagavat, was Bhugarbha Goswami, Gadadhar Goswami, and the 12th was Bhagavata Dasa. Both of them went to Vrindavana and resided there for life. The 13th branch was Vaninath Brahmachari, and the 14th was Vallabha Chaitanya Dasa. Both of these were great personalities, already filled with the love of Krishna. The 15th branch was Srinath Chakravarti, the 16th Uddhava, the 17th Jati Mitra, and 18th Jagannath Dasa. We had gone to Jagannath Puri, if some of you remember. I told you there is one near that water, that Shweta Ganga. There was a house, Advaita Acharya's house. And there, that house was Ganga Mata Goswamini, if you remember. Because she had come from this parampara of the Gadadhara. Okay. The 19th branch of Sri Hari Acharya, the 20th Shadi Puriya Gopala, the 21st Krishnadas Brahmachari, and the 22nd Pushpa Gopala. The 23rd branch was Sri Harsha, the 24th was Raghu Mishra, 25th Lakshmi Nath Pandita, the 26th Bhangavati Chaitanya Dasa, and 27th Raghunatha. The 28th branch was Amoga Pandita, 29th was Hasti Gopala, the 30th was Chaitanya Vallabha, the 31st was Yadu Ganguli, and 32nd Mangala Vaishnava. Shivananda Chakravarti, the 33rd branch, who always lived in Vrindavan as firm conviction, is considered an important branch of Gadadhara Pandita. That I have described the branches, sub-branches of Gadadhara Pandita. There are still many more that I have not mentioned here. All the followers of Gadadhara Pandita are considered great devotees because they have Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as their life and soul. The Gaura Gadadhara Leela is very intensely described, that we will leave touching little. Simply by remembering the many temples in Mayapur area, Gaura Gadadhara. Simply by remembering the names of all these branches, sub-branches of all this trunk I have described, Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhara, one attains freedom from entanglement of material existence. So Shruti Phala, by hearing, you got disentangled from material existence just by hearing these names. Simply by remembering the names of these Vaishnavas, one can attain the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Indeed, simply by remembering the holy names, one achieves the fulfillment of all desire. Therefore, offering obeisance to the lotus feet of them all, I describe the pastimes of the gardener Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in chronological order. The ocean of pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is immeasurable and unfathomable. One who can take the courage to measure, the great ocean? It is not possible to dip into that great ocean, but its sweet, mellow fragrance attracts my mind. I therefore stand on the shore of the ocean, try to taste but a drop of it. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring the mercy. I, Krishna, Naresh Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
All of you are ready? So we could.
Hare Krishna.
So I think this will filter out the serious people from non-serious who came to hear, like they go for Bhagavad Sapta, hear some stories but have run away by now, but not much story there. So, but you have to always, there is a test. When you want to drink nectar, first you have to clean your heart, then you can drink nectar. Like Bhagavad Gita, also many people start reading from second chapter. No, don't jump. There are also names of the kings are there. Read. This king is also this king. It's all because Krishna is there. Everything is important.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you see, at the end of each chapter, there is Phalastuti in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So everyone will be benefited by reading every day, reading this chapter, each chapter.
And my request is you can at home read the whole chapter. And if there is any question, you can bring. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, Lakshmi, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. My question is that can you suggest any tips so that how to remember or how to study the scriptures and the slokas so that or how to memorize the and understanding the meaning of the scriptures?
What is there in it? You're all educated people. You read so many books. The same way you read all the books in your schools and colleges, same way you read. Your scripture is read with respect. It is from the vibration is from the spiritual world.
Like
Why he came as Gadadhara Pandit Chaitanya was already the internal energy, Pancha Tattva. The Hladini Shakti, Radha Krishna Pranay Vikriti, Hladini Shakti Asmat. There is a difference between Lord Chaitanya and Gadadhara. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. He is Krishna in the mood of Radharani. He is not Radharani. He is Krishna in the mood of Radharani. And Gadadhara is Radharani itself. Okay, Shreya?
Okay, Prabhuji.
That is Krishna in the mood of Radharani. And there was a very intense relationship actually. We went to Jagannath Puri, no? Correct?
Yes.
Gadadhara stayed in Jagannath Puri whole his life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him a deity. We saw that. If you didn't come, then you missed.
I didn't come, Prabhuji.
So beautiful. Gadadhar was serving the deity of Krishna, and when he became very old, could not put even garland because he could not stand. No? Because as you become old, you can't even stand. So the deity sat down. We took darshan of the deity. Okay. Yes, Manasvi, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. What is your question?
Prabhuji, my question is that who is that Kamala Vishwasa Pandit? Who was that Balya Sampradaya Pandit?
Oh, no, same. See, Kamala Vishwasa did a mistake. He actually wanted to benefit Advaita Acharya. So he went to Pratap Rudra, the king, who was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya. And he said, my dear Pratap Rudra, Advaita Acharya is Supreme Personality Godhead. He said, yes, but he's having some loan. Can you clear his loan? So this is contradictory. If somebody is God, why does God need to clear somebody to help him clear the load? Hai na? Did Krishna need somebody's help? You give me some money, I have to build my Dwaraka. He manifested as Dwaraka. Hai na? True? That is his Leela, that is his pastime. We should not disturb the pastime of the Lord. Okay? Isn't it? Can Advaitacharya not produce gold coins in 1 second? That time money is in terms of gold coin. He can produce a gold mountain. What is some coins? To say he is under loan is contradictory, no? Isn't it? Isn't it? Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So therefore, he insulted Advaitacharya in this way. He's having some. How can God have a problem? Anna? He's God, but he is having problem. And then what kind of God is this? Anna? So therefore, Chaitanya was upset with it. Okay. Okay?
Is it a false allegation, Prabhuji?
Not false. It's he's disturbing his pastime. Like that to say he's under loan. That is his wish. Okay.
Prabhuji, is it true that Jagannath's the deity of Jagannath is made from Lord Krishna's body, which came as a daru, it came in the like floated from the ocean?
See what happens actually. Krishna's body was spiritual, not daru. Krishna went back to the spiritual body to the spiritual world. Okay, this is clear.
Yes.
This should be understood. No? Krishna's body is not material. Krishna came to the heart of Vasudeva, then came to the heart of Devaki, then expanded, showed Narayana form, then became a child form. Correct? And
yes.
All the Leelas Krishna showed, we know his body is not material. He's in a spiritual body. But for the people of this world who still want to remain atheist, Krishna doesn't disturb. Just like, see, Krishna put the Dwarka down under water so that atheists can live peacefully and breathe. Otherwise, they will die, no? Isn't it? If the glorious Dwarka was visible on water with all opulences, people will die. Similar, Lord Rama also put the Rama Setu down inside water. Hai? So, see, this world is made for people who hate Krishna. So, why keep his glory? Krishna is hiding himself there. Is it true? Spiritual world, Krishna doesn't hide his glory. It's visible. Vaikuntha Natha is visible with all his glory. Here he hides himself and makes all the arrangement. So therefore, the Krishna left a body like his material body. Then there is a story in Jagannatha that body was thrown into the water, but not the spiritual body. Krishna went to the spiritual. Bhagavatam describes that all the Devatas knew now Krishna is leaving the world. They all descended there. Yes, and Krishna shook. They could not even understand spiritual world. But for the atheist of this world, Krishna created some Leela. There is a lot of discussion in Bhagavatam of that. See, just like they say, a hunter came and killed Krishna. They say like. Now, Krishna was that the arrow Bhagavatam says did not even touch his feet, just grazed near his feet.
Yes.
Okay. Even if it was touched his feet, nobody dies. Even you will not, when police wants to capture some criminal, they shoot at his legs. Nobody dies by that. Correct? That's why they don't shoot in the chest.
No.
So that is one argument. Second argument, that Krishna in the Mahabharata war, even for the atheist people, we know nothing like this can happen. This is a Brahma created by Krishna. So when in the Mahabharata war, Bhishma was the most powerful warrior. True?
Yes.
And his arrows were like big rods, boom, boom, will hit his body. And those arrows did nothing to Krishna. Krishna was enjoying them like flowers because he is his great devotee. Okay? So imagine the person who could stand Bhishma's arrow for so many days till Arjuna put him down will be disturbed by a small arrow of a hunter, that also on his leg.
No.
So for the atheists, you can give this argument. For devotees, the argument is that Krishna creates a Brahma. So he kept a body, duplicate of his a material body. Correct? Just like Virat Rupa is a material. Krishna gave Virat Rupa darshan to Arjuna. There is nothing spiritual about it. It's a display of his power. Correct?
Yes.
So similarly, just like Krishna created Virat Rupa, he can also create a duplicate body of him and kept him on the ground and he disappeared to spiritual world. So for atheists, Krishna was killed by a hunter. And in your nonsense Mahabharata serial, you speak that and devotees cry, oh, our God died. Huh? How can a God die? It's illogical. If God has died, why worship him? Huh? Doesn't
So
make sense.
is it also
Now,
the
there is a
same?
connection that body, I do not know, but they say the Daru Brahma is that body which was thrown inside water, and it became a log, and it came to the Jagannath Puri, and that became the first Jagannatha deity. After that, every year the deity is different. Every 12 years they change the deity, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji. So it is also the same as contradictory says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was killed in the temple and all this thing. That is also like a
I never heard. They also say that also. I don't know.
yes,
Chaitanya
Prabhu.
Mahaprabhu
Many
entered the two deities. He entered the deity of the what we discussed. The Gadadhara was worshipping the deity.
yes,
He entered the deity, and he also entered Jagannatha deity simultaneously. Some places have one more thing. He just disappeared.
yes.
I never heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu killed. That I didn't hear.
So we get to hear many stories and
So
misconceptions of
therefore, you have
regarding.
to read from the Shastra. What does
Yes.
Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is the authorized biography of Chaitanya, what does that say? One thing very interesting. If you read Krishna book, or you read Ramayana, or you read now Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will not find any discussion of the disappearance of the Lord.
No, that is true.
Why?
Because they are from because everyone knows that Krishna manifests
And there is
himself.
one still more reason. Now tell me, can a woman discuss the disappearance of her son?
No.
There was once one lady used to come to my temple, okay, and discussing this. Why, if I come to how your son, and her one son had died, immediately she will break down. She cannot take it. She cannot even think about that. True? You understand? Just about think about a woman whose son has died. She cannot talk about it. Now, that is an affection. Now, we are not devotees. For a pure devotee, the relation to the Lord is intense. Okay?
That's true.
He cannot talk about disappearance. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, Krishna, Prabhupada ji, how did Lord Rama disappear? Prabhupada said, please don't talk about it. Devotees do not like to discuss these things. It's very painful. In fact, yesterday I was with one devotee, Prabhupada disciple, Burijan Prabhupada. And therefore I didn't take the class. I had gone to meet him. And he was telling that he can never see the Prabhupada disappearance video. It's unbearable for him. So much that we all love him. We cannot even see it once. We cannot see it. Start crying after that. We avoid it. Okay, isn't it? If somebody you love somebody, you cannot talk about the disappearance. The devotee do not like to talk about disappearance of the Lord. But atheists like to talk about it. Let them talk.
That is true.
We talk about appearance, they talk about, because for them God is dead and they can enjoy whatever they want. They can do. There is no God. They can do whatever. Nobody to judge them. Okay.
And last question, Prabhuji, how to practice your spiritualism? Like, why is it like advised to practice this devotion or spiritualism in secret, so that from the you do it secretly so that no one should know that you're practicing your devotion
That
or
depends. That depends. We don't do that. We do distribute books, we do kirtana, we are inviting public, we are not doing secretly. Then in a situation where the family is atheistic and I'm stuck in that situation, now if you publicly chant and everybody becomes angry, particularly for women who are soft by nature, it is difficult. Suppose one comment is passed to somebody, whole day will be disturbed. So better to do it when others are sleeping, get up early morning and chant.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Okay, try to read Chaitanya Charitamrita at least from tomorrow. Read the purports. Okay.
Hare
Take
Krishna,
it maybe
Prabhuji.
1.5 to 2
Dandavat pranam.
hours. You can easily read it. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.